When does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? Screw Lily for what she did to Carly.
You think you're some tough bitch, don't you? Like nothing can hurt you. But you're just a scared little girl. Get the fuck over it. Take a page from Lee's book and try helping somebody for once.
Yeah, I'm with Carly, but she's clearly volatile, mate.
Now, what the fuck's the problem?
Whoa!
I swear. Please.
You're not coming with us.
I'll die out here.
Good!
Here.
Murderer? Lee's killed before and I forgave him. You've killed before and I'll forgive you.
Bullshit,
both
you will!
know
Look, lady, yeah, no, fuck you, Lily. I'm flipping you off right now behind the camera that doesn't exist. Kenny killed someone because that guy was already gonna die, and also he had good reason to because he was gonna kill us. You were just yelling at a guy instead of actually being diplomatic because you have a short fuse, and then you killed someone because you have a short fuse. That is not the same thing as Kenny killing a guy because he was going to kill us, maybe, and also me killing the guy because, okay, well, that's a little less substantiated because I don't know the specifics other than I killed someone because he done fucked my wife. But, like, yeah, fluff you, Lily. You're out of here. I was going to get some. I was going to get some Clarussi up in... When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does a reason become the blame? When does a man become a monster? Moving on. Although, okay, you know what? I will get on my soapbox for a little bit about something else, though, relating to Lily. So, my thoughts on the writing up to this point. And I would say, like, I don't think that the performances are bad, but I do think that the writing of this series so far is what's carrying it the most. And in terms of the writing for all the other characters, it's simple, but I get it. And they've even shown some capacity for growth. You know, Kenny was a bit of a coward, but he's starting to take things more into his own hands, which in some ways is good, but as a result, it also means that sometimes he'll just go around you if he doesn't like you, especially if it's for his family. Fair enough. Makes sense. Solid basis for a character. Catcher, generic nice nurse person who is occasionally upset by things but is still holding together pretty well. I get it. Clementine, little girl that you have to shadow and your choices will affect her outlook on life to a degree, I guess. Fair enough. Carly, again, not horribly complex, but you get the idea. She's just a nice lady who's doing her best, and she was a reporter. Fair enough. Doug was just a dude who died one day. Maybe if I spared him, then he would have gotten more character development. Who knows? And yeah, and Duck is just Forrest Gump, which I'm not saying as a negative, just that seems to be the case. So, with all of that in mind, okay, we have a lot of, like, good but simple characters in the other characters I just mentioned. What do I think of Lily as a character up to now, despite really despising her and her options? I think the idea behind Lily, or some of the ideas behind the writing of Lily, were really, really good in theory, and poorly executed in other ways. Because, like, for the vast majority of the past episode, everyone's talking a big game about how, like, oh, well, all we know about Lily is that she handles rations and keeping stock of inventory, and not a fat lot else. Which, to be fair, it's not nothing, but it's not exactly, you know, putting your best foot forward. You know, perhaps if we saw more of Lily actually being more responsible in other ways, or, you know, or being really practical in other ways, or, you know, or actually doing other important tasks for the survival of the group instead of stuff that we just hear about, then maybe I'd feel more sympathetic to Lily, considering that her whole deal is that she is the leader and wants to be the leader, however, heavy is the crown that weighs the head, or however that phrase goes. So it's like, okay, so like, this is a good idea for a character, someone who wants to be the leader, but the pressure from the role of being a leader is what's troubling them and causes them to go nuts. Like, that's a good idea. However, for part of that to work, you'd actually have to buy Lily as a good leader, and we don't really see much of Lily develop or being great as a leader outside of what we're told. Whereas with Kenny, he's shown to be a bit of a coward, but also he helps out sometimes. You know, he was like, he was telling the group to, okay, battle stations, Lee, you go here, everyone else go there, and I'll handle XYZ, and Kenny was actually decently competent. He even killed Larry for me, which is something that I'm proud of, even though because I had to spare him, Lee now automatically thinks that Kenny was in the wrong, whereas I only wanted to save Larry. I only wanted to, quote-unquote, save Larry, just to spite Lily and tell her I told you so, which probably ended up being a bad idea in some ways, but whatever, it's cool. What else is there with regards to Lily? Yeah, just, yeah, like, her madness arc could have been better, and it ended up being not better, which is a bit of a shame. So, we'll see what happens if or when she comes back.